On a September night in 1970, Jimi Hendrix spent the night with a blonde German groupie named Monica Dannemann in her hotel apartment in London. He'd met Monica in Dusseldorf on a gig, one of hundreds of groupies that surrounded the band. But Monica says she was different, that Jimi was going to marry her. It was the last night of his life. First, Hendrix jammed at a bar in Soho with some friends and went to a party afterward. He finally wound up in Monica's apartment. At some point in the night, he probably dropped acid, but that didn't kill him. It was the 9 sleeping pills that belonged to Monica that killed Jimi Hendrix. He was
Hey, this is Artie Art from Ohio, and today we're going to be talking about Torrance Hatch, better known as Lil Boosie. First thing first is, God told me to deliver you a message, Lil Boosie. The message was that when you was locked in jail for them murders or whatnot, and you was in the hole or whatnot, he said you came to God. He said, God told me that you came to him and made a promise that if he got you up out of jail, that you would get your life together. You would fix your life and get it together. And God told me to ask you, why aren't you keeping up on your promise? Okay, that's the first thing. Uh, yeah, he don't like when you tell him you're gonna do stuff and you don't do it. That's why I'm coming and delivering this message to you, because Artie Art don't want to make him mad. So that's why I'm coming in to deliver this message to you. So bam, that's the message. Second thing is, I want to say, have you ever heard of Jonas? The guy that got swallowed up by the whale because he didn't go to the town and tell them that God was going to come and uh, remove the town or destroy the town, because the town was in sin. They were sinning. And Jonas, instead of going to the town, he tried to hop on a boat and flee to somewhere else. And when he got on the boat, there was a big storm, and the people on the boat was like, "Well, who on the boat got a curse?" And everybody's like, "I ain't done nothing." Well, they went to Jonas and asked him who he was. He said he's a Hebrew or something like that. So they like, "Well, go to your God and ask him to stop this storm or whatnot." So, because the boat was about to turn over, they would sink the whole boat. So Jonas spoke up and said, the only way the storm is going to stop is because I would have to be sacrificed off the boat. Key word, sacrifice. So he ended up jumping off the boat or being thrown off the boat. I can't remember which one it was. So he ended up floating to the bottom of the sinking and floating to the bottom of the water because he's drowning. A whale comes through, swallows him up. He's in the whale's belly for like 3 days. The whale ended up spitting him out. Well, after he spits him out, goes into the town and tells the town, because now he's like, well, hold up, I got to deliver this message because God's going to he going to stay on my back if I don't deliver this message. So he went and told the town, where the people in the town repented or whatnot, and God ended up hearing they repent and forgiving them and didn't destroy the town. Well, Jonas was questioning it like, well, God, why would you tell me that and you didn't destroy the town? Long story short, Boosie, the whale is the feds, and you've been thrown off the boat. You are the sacrifice. So whatever you done did and whatever you got to get together, you need to figure it out or whatnot and do it immediately or whatever. I don't know what else you was talking to God about. He only told me that. But you need to get it right and figure it out. But I want to come to you and tell you, this is me speaking now. You 40 years old. I would think you was a smart fella, but the things that you doing is making me think otherwise, because you don't seem to learn from your mistakes. or you don't get the picture. Like, you would think at your age that you would be like, well, I don't made enough money. Let me chill out. Let me get out the way. First thing first, there's gatekeepers. Jay-Z was one of them, and I think it was passed on to Drake. You not no gatekeeper. The prime for rappers is what, about 16 all the way up to about 16 years old, all the way up to about 35. And that's your peak. And they try to remove you out the way so they can bring the next generation of people whose souls they can try to get and who they can steal money from, which is the next generation, not you, because you older and you guys done blessed you to where you was able to make enough money and you can get up out the game. So my thing is this: why ain't you figured it out that the devil is trying to kill, steal, and destroy you? He's trying to either remove you from the money or removing the money away from you. You don't put targets on your back. You don't know how to stay off the internet. You don't know how to go sit down. And just chill out and enjoy life. Be with your family or whatnot. I mean, you would think that you would have learned from past musicians like Sam Cooke and these other musicians that died under mysterious ways when they were trying to get distribution, or they was trying to be allegedly the smart Negro and do what you doing, outsmarting the game. And you see what happened to them. You seen what happened to Michael Jackson with how they was trying to say he molested them boys when it came out that the feds was investigating that for 10 years and it was not true. They even went so low with Michael Jackson. You should remember, because you was around that age group, that, if I'm not mistaken, they were trying to pay people to lie on Michael Jackson, trying to pay the people's parents to get the kids to lie on Michael Jackson. So if they willing to go to them extremes to move the king of pop, Michael Jackson, and he's way bigger than you, no disrespect, but everybody knows that. That's only common sense. We using logic over here. Alpha logic. That's common sense. What make you think that you any different? This is how liberals and Democrats do. They all in the same bed together. And if you a Negro and you a black and you don't seem to know how to put two and two together and decipher and have discernment and know when somebody's pulling the wool over your eyes, or when somebody's trying to pull the okie doke on you or whatnot, or when somebody's using you, that's a you problem. Because I don't seem to have that problem. But just you ain't learned from Michael Jackson. You ain't learned from Tupac, Biggie, how they started all that confusion and used the news and the media to get all that stuff started and perpetuated the East Coast, West Coast thing. And that's why you still basically don't know really what happened with them. They try to make it seem like it's as simple as a gang violent thing, or it was over gang violence or get back because they killed Tupac and that's why Biggie got killed. But that's part of the plan to cause that confusion, so you would never be able to pinpoint who did what. So you not getting that they can set you up in a minute. It won't take them no time or nothing to set you up. And especially if you ain't seen what they doing with Donald Trump or whatnot, false allegations with no proof or whatnot, all these years when he first got into office, all the way up until he ain't even in office, and they still trying to get at him and still trying to hang him, still trying to set him up. You ain't getting a picture. And the sad part is, you only got a handful of people like me that's standing up and saying something. The rest of the blacks and whites, they either don't know, and if they do know, they too scared to say something because they don't want to end up like Trump. They don't want to be persecuted. They don't want to be physically harmed. You know? So you not getting that. You making too many enemies. You making so many enemies that if somebody do something to you, they ain't gonna know where it came from. And they making and they painting the narrative that like you out here getting into all types of stuff. It was the jeweler dude. What was the other one? They trying to, all this little, you keep getting pulled over stuff. They trying to paint a narrative that you a nuisance. And you ain't making it no easier for them. You falling right into the trap. You falling right into the trap, man. And I'm just coming to you on saying what I'm saying right now, cause they smiling in your face all the time. They want to take your place. Them backstabbers. Yeah, man, they smiling all up in your face, man. Yeah. People that is closest to you and everything. You going to keep trying to be around these people that's in the industry and stuff, and them the same ones that are feeding you to the sharks. Yeah, them the same ones feeding you to the sharks. And I just don't get how you just don't go chill out and disappear and get out the way. Cause since this little Fed stuff happened, they watching you. They waiting on you to slip up again. And they knew when you got out of jail what you was gonna do. They knew you was gonna get right on the internet. Yeah, the devil be knowing what you gonna do. Dang sure he do. God got control over everything, and he'll let the devil take you out as soon as he washes his hands with you. But the devil knows what you was gonna do when you got out of that Fed joint. And then you said you all in there on your knees praying and stuff. And then the first thing you get out and do is hop on the internet with the devil spirit all around you. I seen devil spirits all around you. Devil couldn't wait for you to get up out of there. Yeah, and you on the internet, as soon as you get out making that post, and the devil's all around you, seeing the spirit all around you. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just telling you this because, hey, I'm not Ja Morant's friend. I'm not gonna sit there and record you with the weapon in your hand when I know you just got in trouble, or the little situation that you had before with the weapon. So I'm not gonna record you and let you think that that's cool. I'm gonna be the one that's gonna tell you like, hey man, no, I'm not recording you like that. I'm gonna be your real partner. I'm gonna tell you what the real and what's right. And I expect if I'm wrong, I expect somebody to tell me when I'm wrong. I learn from young people, old people, and people my age. I ain't never too old, and I don't act like I know too much of anything to where I feel like I can cut my learning off, to where I don't want to hear that and I'm big-headed and I know everything. I'm not like that. But I'm going to tell you that straight off, man. Yeah, you need to go somewhere and sit down, man. For sure. You definitely do. And tell your kids how good God is. and how he's done blessed you and kept you out of stuff when you was supposed to either be in jail or you almost done lost your life. I know you got street stories to where you can tell your kids. You ain't got to incriminate yourself. Yeah, tell them some of them stories and show them love and tell them, hey, and tell them make sure they get right with God. Pack they book bags, get their rulers, papers, and writing and coloring utensils. What else do they need in there? Make sure they got their ruler, couple folders, because when God come, man, you got to make sure that book bag is ready so we can go ahead and get up there with God, man. We ain't you got to be ready, man. We got to be ready, because tomorrow ain't promised, and everybody need to make sure they right with God. You know, if you ain't perfect, you better try to get perfect. You know, I'm not perfect, but I'm working on it, and I'm not a sinner. I'm not everyday sinning. You know, but yeah, I just wanted to run that by you or whatnot, and yeah, this is another thing too, is that you gonna go to jail. You about to, for this Fed stuff, man, you gonna go to jail, and I think it's gonna be somewhere between 5 years and up, somewhere between there. They didn't just come and grab you up for no reason. They gonna try to give you some numbers, but you will be all right. You know, you better stay praying to God or whatnot, and start using your head, because you can go in that jail and they can make up a story in there. Did something happen to you and you died under mysterious ways, and who's the questioner say anything different? Ain't nobody who hires anybody supposed to know what really happened to you, if that really happened to you or if that didn't really happen to you. So don't put yourself in a position to where you can at least easily be eliminated. Come on, man. But you don't put yourself out there now, so only thing you can do is play it how the cards is dealt. But I definitely would start trying to figure out how I can change my ways and stop being disrespectful to cops, especially the ones that ain't being evil, the ones that ain't being mean, the ones that's only just trying to do their job. I mean, I know it's evil cops out there. I mean, if they, let God handle them. And I mean, you can be mean to them, but I'm saying don't be mean to the nice ones. You can be mean to the mean ones. They being mean, and you can be mean to them. I'm not saying that, but don't be being mean to the nice ones. Because just like I said, they got covenants with God too. Some of them are believers of God, Father God, creator of heaven and earth. And in them jails, it's some just like the same way too, good and evil. They're angels in there, guards and inmates in there, angel guards in there that's been put in there by God to make sure they watch over y'all inmates. But quit putting yourself in messed up situations, man. You should already know this stuff, man. But I'm gonna wrap it up. I ain't gonna stay on here for too long, man. I know you're gonna get this message, but Father God bless you, your family, and your kids or whatnot. And definitely, man, thank you for listening, and thank you for the people that's watching this video or whatnot. Thank y'all. I'm out.